Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd Coons, and on this channel I do all kinds of things photography related. And today I'm in the studio continuing a tradition that I've kind of started over the last couple of years, and that's to do some kind of red, white, and blue patriotic July 4th photo. A couple years ago I did popsicles in the studio. Last year I went around shooting fireworks stands. This year I came up with the idea that I'm going to do donuts, and I'm going to do a studio shot, red, white, and blue patriotic donut shot. I went to Krispy Kreme and got my donuts, and now we're going to create in the studio. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the greatest thing about this idea is I get to eat the donuts afterwards, which, you know, arguably that's the best thing about a food shoot. So thanks for showing up to watch. We're going to talk about the lighting. If you've never visited the channel before, welcome. Leave me a comment. I'd love to hear from you. So let's get started creating some fun stuff in the studio, and so I can get done and eat those donuts. So I'm going to start by setting up with my Fuji x100VI, and yes, I called it the 6 because I did a video a while back how I didn't love the name, and somebody actually called me out and said Fuji specifically is calling it the 6. They told me I didn't know what I was talking about, and maybe so. I'll be honest with you, calling it the VI is just awkward to me, so I'm going to cave in and I'm going to call it the 6, okay? Fuji x100VI. I'm putting it on there to start because I can. I just want to use this new little camera. It may not be the perfect camera for this photo because it's kind of a mid-range wide-angle lens, and I'm not sure that's what I want. I might go to my new Fuji 80mm on the X-T4 and do kind of a more compressed thing, which will give me some shallow depth of field, and we could do something neat with that. So I'm going to start with the X100. We'll see where it goes. We may change it up. Okay, I've got my roll of string in here, just kind of as a placeholder for where the donuts will go. I've got my little meter. I've got the ISO at 125. Let's take a meter reading. My Godox AD100 is in this softbox with the egg carton grid on it. It's at 16th power at the moment, and it's reading about f4 and a third. I don't know if you can see that, but f4 and a third. So let's start there. Let's take a picture and see how it looks. f4 and a third, 4.5 in this case. ISO 125. Good first shot. Okay, so now the trick is to prop it, and my wife is in here, probably doesn't want to be on camera, but she's in here making all the adjustments. So we've added the flag, which was my father-in-law's flag. When he passed away, they presented that at his funeral, so that's got some importance to us. And I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's a flag right up there. You can see that. It'll be very out of focus, but it'll repeat the red, white, and blue. And so we're just slowly propping it and continuing to take some shots and get everything in line. Okay, so I got these little flags on toothpicks, and my vision is to, poke a couple of these into a donut or two, maybe just one. I don't know how many it'll take, but that'll add to the patriotic look of the whole thing. I actually got these at Hobby Lobby. Spent $1.27 or something for these when I went out and found these last night. So these were part of the original vision. We'll see how it looks. I'm loving the way this whole thing is looking. I'm gonna go get the donuts. I'm gonna assemble them, stick one or two of these in, take the final shot. And then I'll kind of run through the lighting and let you guys know how I did it, what I did, why I did it. And man, really liking this shot. So so here's my selection of donuts. They're not super fancy as far as the decoration is concerned, but they're red, white, and blue. I think it'll work really well in the shot. For the record, chocolate covered cream filled, that's my favorite. So I had to get one of those, even though it's not patriotic. This is New York cheesecake, which is my wife's favorite. So I got one for her as well. Wasn't just thinking about myself here, so. Okay guys, I think I've got it. My wife came in and helped. We kind of tweaked all the things that were in there. She art directed. She was great. Let me show you this shot real quick. Boy, I'm really liking that. Liking that a lot. And if you come in here, I don't know how well you can tell on this video here, but the donuts look sharp and yummy, and love the flag on top. Love the light coming through the window in the back. I think we got a wrap here. One of the greatest things about being in the studio, to me, the magic of photography, is what it looks like right here, which is ambient light. So different from when the lights pop. Like if you look at that, that's what I'm looking at through the camera right now. The lights go off and you get something completely different. That is probably the magic of studio photography to me, to create things that don't look like what your eye sees when the strobes go off. It's just so much fun. Okay, so let me run through the technical side of things, because I've had some people come up to me. In fact, today, Graham, here you are, talking about you, came up to me today and said, it'd be nice if you explained a few things. Don't just assume that I understand what you're talking about. So I want to kind of go through the setup lighting wise, why I did it, how I did it, what I used to get it done, and hopefully that makes some sense. If you got questions, put them in the comments. Okay, so let's start with the camera. Fuji x100VI. Only reason I use that camera is because I can, and I just got this camera and I wanted to use it. Was it the perfect camera for this shot? Maybe not, but it worked really well. Loved using it. 125 ISO, f4.5 about, 4.5 I think the aperture was. 23mm lens on an APS-C size sensor, so it's kind of that mid-range wide angle lens. Not what you would usually use for product photography, but I think it worked really well here. Okay, for the main light, I've got the 105cm Octabox. It's made by Godox, could be made by anybody. It's just a softbox. I've got the 8-carton grid on it, which I really like that because it keeps the light from spilling all over the place, and in this case, kept the light on the donuts. In this softbox, I have got a Godox AD100. I love this little light. So I am at 16th power, and out of this box from this distance, it's giving me f4. 16th power. If I needed f11 or f16, I could have easily bumped this thing up and gotten that, but 1/16th power was giving me f4, which was plenty of light for this thing. Now, in the back, I've got a Godox V1. It is sitting at 16th power plus 1/3, so it's a little over 16th power. I've got the diffusion attachment to this, and I don't know if you can tell in there, but there is a warming gel on the inside of that, giving us some warm light coming out of this thing. So both lights at a 16th power, giving me f4. And that is it for lighting, other than a mirror, which is right here, acting as a fill card, which was bouncing a little bit of light into the edge of this thing, giving it some shape and dimension. So main light, background light coming through the window, mirror as a fill with some rim light there, And then as far as the rest of the set, it is just propped with things from around my house. This paper that I use on here is what I use when I go and shoot restaurants. Whenever I shoot food, I take this brown paper. Just makes a nice, simple, neutral background. As far as from the donuts to the background here, I don't know, 2 feet, 2.5 feet. Give you an idea of the size of the set. And that is it. So we're gonna bring this into the computer. I'm guessing there's gonna be very little, if any, post-production work. Maybe a little contrast, maybe? I don't even know that I'm gonna need that. Okay, so that's a wrap on another July 4th shoot. Making a little tradition out of it. This is 3 years in a row. What did you think of that shot? Personally, I think it went great. It is so exciting to be able to just come in with a vision, pull it off. I probably spent an hour. My wife helped me out for sure. She was a big help as far as art directing and tweaking everything around. So I don't know. To me, I just love being able to come in here with a little bit of a vision and create something that maybe not seamlessly is maybe not the perfect word, but rather flawlessly come in and pull off what I have in my mind. So I was really, really happy with it. You guys let me know what you think. If you got any questions about how I did it, why I did the things I did, just let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Thank you everybody for watching. Those of you who come back on a regular basis, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't subscribed, think about subscribing. I appreciate that as well. Leave me a thumbs up, and again, comments are always appreciated. And most importantly, thanks for watching, and you guys have a safe 4th of July if you're here in America. Happy Independence Day to you. Let freedom reign. Love you guys. God bless America and all that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. So good. So good.